Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Starvox, and welcome back to the SPT show. This is phase 2 of the SPT show, where I'm going to be focusing primarily on version 3.7.1 of SPT-AKI, now that so many of the greatest mods have been updated. That's right, my core mods, the ones that I basically can't live without, have finally all been brought up to 3.7.1, meaning that I am able to fully enjoy myself and be completely productive in Tarkov with the new version, which is, whoa, fantastic, because we were waiting a little while for a bunch of these mods, but I am super happy to report that today we're going to be able to go over things like the Realism Mod and SAIN. Whoa, and even more. So just you stay tuned, because we're going to get right into it as soon as I manage to get that guy down and stop the stuttering that's happening right now, because I'm sure bots are loading in. I just started the raid, so we're going to get right into it. Welcome back. It's the SPT show again. Whoa! Right, so I think we can start with the Realism Mod just up front. Let's go over some of the things that are included in the new update, and also talk about how well it functions now in 3.7.1. If you've been playing the last few versions of SPT-AKI, I'm sure you'll know that there have been some performance issues here and there. Not always, but if you were to try 3.7.1 with everything updated properly, you would notice a pretty significant bump in performance. I myself have noticed it mostly on customs and shoreline and woods and stuff like that. Of course, factory always runs well. Depending on the wave type, labs also runs very well. There's just usually a lot of heavy PMCs with a ton of gear going around and looting, especially if you're using a certain mod that now enables the bots to go run quests and things on their own and look for specific things. But first, let me run down here. There's always the things like the stances, which are all included still, of course, in the Realism Mod, and including a toggleable high-ready sprint animation. That is the only stance that has its own custom animation, which is fine, of course. And, just like back in 3.6.1, yeah, that's right, so many versions to keep track of now, the melee is still present. You can hold it now, of course, bring it back, release it, and do damage that way. You can break out windows, or whoa! Or bash bad guys with it. Is he just hiding back there? Hey man, got my eye on you. Was that another footstep over there? Oh my god, there's someone else coming up. Oh, out! Change over to my SVT. This is, of course, another one of the 13.5 update weapons, which is included now in SPT-AKI 3.7.1 without having to use any of the preview patches or preview mods to get these guns. Ah! Oh my god. Wait, I'm trying to demonstrate the Realism Mod. Look at him go. Oh no! That didn't work, he just died. I was trying to shoot him in the leg and the arm to get him to either fall or drop his weapon. Oh, there we go, I shot him in the leg, he dropped. I shot him in the arm and he died, so trust me, we can go in here and check in just a second. Just like it was before. F12, go into the Pepinex menu, check out the Realism Mod, and that's in the ballistic setting. The bot can fall, player can fall, can disarm player, can disarm bot. These settings enable the ability to shoot, to drop someone to the ground and prone if you hit them in the calf, or to cause them to drop their weapon that they have in their hands if you shoot them in the forearm. And there is a chance that scales with armor, of course, depending on how much protection they have. But the chances are much, much greater if you shoot them in those areas, and it can be very helpful during a firefight, or when sniping, to aim for the legs and the arms, because now it's much more dynamic than just shooting a sort of roving attack robot. Can I get it right through the door? Oh no, I actually have to load a grenade in. Oh, I lost my opportunity. Just for good measure. Of course, I'm going to be much more hostile with all of my tactics because wow, shrapnel damage is going to be much more potent and dangerous because of the health overhaul, the health and damage settings, the changes available. Oh my god, did you see that? He tried to come right around the corner with that shotgun. And blast me. That was super close. Whoa. Oh, here he comes. Oh god, I'm hit. You'll see why I'm not dying in just a second. I am using a different method than I did before. Oh! Wow, he just died too. Well, I keep attempting to show the, that actual effect of, forcing a bot to drop his weapon by shooting him in the arm, but it can be tough, of course, you know, and it can't, like, I guess I can't guide my bullets just yet with all these mods, no matter how many advantages they seem to give me. Alright, there's definitely one or two in that building there. So if I was to check right here real quick, those health and damage settings that I mentioned are right here. There are medical overhauls that change the way that medicines and injuries affect your character in the raid. It's been mentioned before, and I think I did as well, that getting shot is far more dangerous with the Realism Mod's medical overhaul enabled than it is in vanilla Tarkov by far. You simply must have the right equipment to stop bleeding, to splint broken bones. If you need to repair multiple bleedings, you need to be able to do that, of course. And what's more, if you have an injury beneath a certain piece of equipment, like torso armor, for example, that would have to be removed realistically in order to treat an injury beneath, you'll have to do that in the game too, and there's a hotkey for that. It can be set, but I think by default it's double tapping P? I suppose that didn't have any effect for me. Maybe because I'm not wearing any body armor. I don't know if the rig would get in the way of a torso injury for me, but it's always possible. Anyways, it's just good to report, basically, that the SPT Realism Mod is finally back up and running. If you've been waiting for it on 3.7.1 or holding out for it, you are good to go now. It is working just fine. All the settings are there. It's great. Performance is good, and I encourage you to try everything out and see just what happens, because all of my engagements in my test runs before this have been fantastic. It really helps to have those, the overhaul system, oh my god, did you see that? In place, because some of these guys really need to be hurt in order to level the playing field, because it's so dangerous to fight someone in a heavy kit. If they have a lot of armor and you're working with a caliber that's not ready to go through that armor, it's just downright impossible almost to do any damage fast enough to actually win that firefight. But with the medical overhaul, it's possible to really exaggerate the injuries that you can inflict on a bot, forcing them to act desperately, or to flee and try to heal themselves, or to recover from being prone, or to recover from having dropped their weapon. It's just so necessary. I love it. I'm so glad it's here. Oh boy, next up is SAIN. If you were also holding out and not updating to 3.7.1 because SAIN had not yet been updated, no need to worry about that either. SAIN is up and running completely. If I hit F6, it'll pull up the SAIN GUI, and I can bring up the default difficulty setting for the bots here and hit save all changes. You can see that all the global settings, all the bot settings, all the personality settings are still there. It all works just fine, and I really do believe that the bots are behaving much more interesting than before. Was that coming? Oh, wow, yeah. Okay. Okay. Gotta use hills for cover. That's always great, isn't it? Can I maybe get an angle from over here?
Grenade out! Get down!
Oh no! Liberal grenade usage against me. I had to completely reposition. They're pretty close. They're fighting their way up. Should I expect more grenades? Here we go. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, they're coming up. He's- oh wow, is he reloading right now? That was a terrible idea. He, like, moved into view. Damn it! And pulled the magazine out of his gun. That was a terrible, terrible idea. Oh, whoa, whoa, easy man! Am I, is there a problem over here? Wait a second, what? Oh no, I didn't have a complete... Gotcha, I didn't have a full magazine in my rig. Oh, look at all my bodily fluids that were sprayed all over the containers. That's awful. He was... What? He was walking backwards and holding his sidearm. Oh wow, he was injured, I see. As you can see, SAIN, alive and well. I am extremely glad to have that in 3.7.1. I was really missing it. I was using, let's see here, in place of SAIN and Donuts, of course, I was using MOR, M-O-A-R, which is a great mod. It's an amazing mod. It just doesn't do what I was used to having around. I'm so spoiled by the Realism Mod and SAIN and Donuts. And just like what they combine to provide in SPT, that I was just kind of missing a little bit, and I mean, MOR was great for the time being, but I am very happy to have these mods up and running right now. Ooh, sorry for the frenzied pace, there's just so much happening around here, you know? And even in the game too, look at all the stuttering, man. Let's see, let's see here, let's talk about Donuts real quick, because I was mentioning that, of course. Devise Donuts. I have starting PMCs only live-like alt. So this is an alternative version of the live-like Donuts preset, which is basically designed to be just like live Tarkov. The spawns are pretty much the same as they would be. I don't know exactly what's different about the alternate version. I haven't looked into that just yet. It just seems very... It seems lively without being too lively. You know what I mean? It's not crowded, but there are... I'll encounter teams of like 2 or 3, like scavs and PMCs every so often. And of course the PMCs may well be spent now because they only spawned in the beginning of the match, and now there'll only be scavs. And I think boss is spawning in, depending. And I of course haven't fought a boss in this map just yet here today. But Donuts and Swag definitely is up and running again. That works, and I'm super glad to have that back. I love the customizability. Of course it's configurable, and you can go in and just very easily select a new wave scenario, of course they call it. There's all these ones to choose from, and if you don't want to choose specifically, you can always go with random. I like to pick one that'll be, especially for the purpose of recording the SPT show, I like to pick one that has a lower... Is there someone over there? I definitely hear some footsteps over there. Yeah, I want a scenario preset with a lower PMC count for the sake of performance to ensure fewer... you know, like spawning stutters, because it can be very difficult to deal with that. Is that a guy? Is he alive? Did I shoot him in the face and he's still alive? What? What's happening there? Oh my god. That was 3 shots directly to the face. What a guy. Maybe that was a boss and I just couldn't see him clearly enough. But I'm pretty sure I heard another voice, unless that was him. I think somebody was reacting to the loud, horrifying... Oh, yep, there's somebody up there. Situation of his friend getting shot in the face. Ah. This would be far more difficult if I had chosen a scenario with more PMCs, trust me. They would be sprinting all over the place, some of them together based on their faction, and picking up equipment, looting equipment. Of course, that requires looting bots and stuff as well. Got him. Wow, that was really, really crazy. Great, well now that I've had a chance to contend with the AI a little bit, let's talk just a moment about the FOV fix mods, both of which are now running for 3.7.1. We had been missing the SamSWAT FOV fix mod for quite a while that just adjusts HUD mod so that you can actually have an independent slider here in the menu to choose how far or how close you want your camera to be to your weapon. And of course you can set max and minimum value as well. But what's more, Fontaine's FOV fix and variable optics is also running very, very well for 3.7.1. And I pretty much have it configured the way that I did before. I don't really change too many of these things. I like to keep zoom on shift, I keep these toggles enabled. I like to sort of set it up so that... I kind of change my mind on this a lot. I used to have the zoom for non-optics go all the way up to the charging bolt, but now I like to have it a little bit farther back. It's not so pressing. I kind of, sometimes I want just a tiny little bit of zoom, sometimes I want a lot of zoom. Let's see here, non-optics FOV, if I do this right here, So yeah, I could bring it down so that non-optics. I just kind of do that, you know, just like a little lean forward. It's kind of subtle, especially with a wide FOV like this. Just kind of brings it in, which is kind of like what it would be like in the vanilla game anyways, because it sort of zooms just a little bit for those non-optics. And then for actual scope optics, this one I think is a, what, 3.5? Yeah, 3.5 times zoom. And then I'll have a little bit of lean in there too. I don't really, it's not necessary to have too much because of course it's a magnified optic, so, you know, not too bad. And of course on the SPT-40, just like with the AK-12, as you can see here, these weapons, like I said before, now included by default in 3.7.1, so you don't need a mod. Wow, if he had just not adjusted his weapon in that moment, I would not have had any idea he was down there. That was poor awareness on his part. SPT-40, very effective weapon. I really like this gun. Super satisfying to use, very easy to use, very hard-hitting ammunition. It's fantastic. If you've noticed here, the items in my inventory are colored, and that's because the ODT item info mod still runs. That's right, it hasn't been updated, but it still seems to work just fine. There are some other mods out there to adjust just like the denotation of of item value and rarity and stuff like that. But ODT item info is so thorough. Oh my gosh, I double-clicked on that. I didn't mean to do that. That does automatically use the injector now, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I inspect and do that sort of thing instead of just rapidly inject myself with some medication that I wasn't planning to do. I just like having ODT item info because it shows all the things that, oh my gosh. It provides all the information that I want to see, especially when looking at stuff like ammunition, for example, to just see the penetration of it. And of course, I think if I hold, oh yeah, it's right there in the tooltip. You see that 135/87? That's, whoa, that's wow, damage versus penetration. And this guy, I think I shot him in the leg while he was trying to get away, which is why he started walking. He was like, oh no. Got that figured out. So yeah, I'm just glad that that works. I'll go ahead and bundle that in right now with the SamSWAT. Whoops, that's the MeowShader. Sorry about that. With the SamSWAT time and weather changer, I switched up the hotkey because I tried to test the MeowShader earlier. But the SamSWAT time and weather changer does still work. As you can see, it hasn't been updated, but it is still running just fine. I'll go over here and be like, clear, I guess. And toggle it away, and it still works. So, yeah, a bunch of those older mods do still work. Not a whole lot of them, mind you. But, some of the older ones that are super reliable do still run. No worries there. There's another time and weather changer, I think, mod, that's a little bit less convenient for me to use, so I was hoping that this one still worked. And, it does, so that's great. What on earth, man? What are you doing? Ow, stop! Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. You know what, though? I'm not too worried about the damage that he can do to me because I'm using something called Dad Gamer Mode. That's right. Let me pull this up. I know that I've had some comments about this. But if you'll check it out, Dad Gamer Mode, by Device, of course, has all of the useful things for someone who doesn't quite have the time to, you know, be a very dedicated player in Tarkov. You can do things like toggle God mode. You can give yourself just a handicap of 1 health so that you can still take damage and be hindered and stuff like that, but you won't completely die. All kinds of useful things. Oh, also COD mode, which actually causes your health to recover over time, and you can configure how much time it takes to actually recover like that. I keep switching over to my AK like I have ammunition for it. I don't. And I also don't have any more throwable hand grenades, isn't that a thing? Hello everyone that's currently out here. Would y'all like to help me show off Dad Gamer Mode? Oh my gosh. Ouch. I'm getting hit, but I'm not taking damage, and I'm chasing you because you've been a bad boy, and I'm your dad. So you're gonna have to stop doing all that, and let me shoot you, because you've been bad. And in Tarkov, you can only be good, because while I'm here, I shoot all the bad guys. So, yep, I don't take any damage, because I got Dad Gamer Mode, God Mode on. Also, in the spirit of UI enhancements, if I go in here, you'll see that, oh, I've got a bunch of information here. That is the More Checkmarks mod. It does work now. It's been updated to 3.7.1 and provides a lot of cool, robust, useful information about all the items that you might find use for, so that you don't have to like write down in your notebook next to your keyboard all the things that you need for that particular quest that you're working on. Man, so much dangerous activity. Was the gunfire like in that building there? I can't tell if it was beyond it or off to the side or inside of it, maybe behind it. I don't know, maybe it's better to be safe than sorry, you know? I'm just gonna go ahead and blast this building a few times because it's really easy to hold all these grenades, especially with the Stackable Grenades mod, which allows you to stack up to 3 of the underslung grenade launcher grenades in terms of ammunition in your inventory at a time. There we go, stack of 3. Much easier to carry an abundance of them. I did see that the developer was working on making hand grenades stackable as well, but at present it was making it so that I guess bots just had like infinite stacks of grenades to just like throw all the time and it was breaking or something, but I kind of wanted to see that. Whoa, do you hear that? I think someone had to deal with my volley. And they're heavily damaged. Oh my god, there was someone down the hallway. That was terrifying. Reload. Whoa, that's dangerous. Oh my god, there's a ton of people in here. That's not at all what I thought was happening. That didn't really do much. Oh, he's wearing armor. Still more going on there. Is that guy dead? He is dead. Do I still have grenade launcher grenades, perhaps? Yes? Would this be useful? Can I, Oh no. One more. I've got one more. That would be so wildly dangerous to do indoors. Wow, Dad Gamer mode really makes it a lot easier to do these videos. I don't have to rely on that. Whoa, did he shoot me through the window? He really did. Check that out. Oh, he's hiding right there. You see that? Ah. Did you see that? Okay, I think the guy in back actually dropped his weapon because I shot him in the arm successfully and it worked that time. And if I just sprint up to him to check it out, I'm sure that he'll be, whoa, coughing and wheezing and really struggling. Okay, fellas, come on. Get out of the stairs, please. If you don't mind. This is not a party that I wanted to be privy to. Okay, cool. Hello? Often good to shoot loud guns at your foes indoors because the Realism mod does in fact enact hearing damage, so keep that in mind. I am wearing my headset to keep my ears safe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're struggling. They are struggling. This guy's over here. Yep, he's got... Whoa! He had no weapon in his hand. Oh, he just... I think he just killed... Oh my god, what's happening? Am I completely out of ammunition for that? I think I am. Alright, time for the SVT. That was crazy. I think he shot his friend trying to get me, and then this guy kicked his way out of that room. I didn't even know he was in there. Fantastic. Look at the variety. Look how dynamic this is. I love this. What a fight for the dorms. If I did not have invincibility mode on, I would just never have survived. I think he's actually in the stairway. He's not in the shower. He's stuck because those corpses are there blocking him. Alright. Well, suppose that's that. Alright, let's check out if Backdoor Bandit still works. It's 3.7.1. I do want to blast doors open after all. And it does work. I was kind of half expecting that lid to open up, but it does work on containers as well. And car doors, I think? Let's see here. Backdoor Bandit, pleb mode enabled. You can disable that to make it require, let's see here, you need breaching rounds or armor-piercing slugs to get through wooden doors, and grenades to get through metal ones. Breach lootable containers, breach car doors, yeah. That is really cool. I also noticed that there was another mod that landed on the Filebase for being able to blast doors open, and I think it's shoot doors open, literally called that. I can't remember, it's something close to that. But it seems to be the pleb mode for Backdoor Bandit with a little bit more configuration, so maybe I'll check that out in a future episode. Surely these fellas have something I can use. Great. Well, I suppose it'll do for now. Okay. That's got 28 in it. Not bad. Also, since I did activate it by accident earlier, if you'll notice, I found out that the MeowShader is working well in SPT now. It has a humongous variety of features, and it's super easy to use and toggle and set up presets for. If I hit, let's see, the end key? Yeah. There's all kinds of ways to change up the color theme, add letterboxing, add haze, and even depth of field, and change your like aliasing settings and stuff like that. There's a ton of things to do. And it's also configured to be able to work with Amands, and I still need to switch up that donuts hotkey, don't I? There we go. So let's see here, you can turn on the MeowShader GUI, come in and just toggle things on and off. They'll have varying degrees of intensity. Some will actually impact your performance very heavily. Some won't, actually. Some, you might actually find ways to reduce the impact that the graphics have on your system. If I remember correctly, oh yeah, there's actually an ASCII mode. How cool is that? You can just turn everything into text. Oh, this surely has to be somebody's dream. Right, let's wrap things up by talking a little bit about how Freecam is still working in 3.7.1. It's been updated now. As you can see, Dante is covered in blood, because with Dad Gamer mode on and God mode running, he's taken a lot of bullets which caused a lot of blood to flow freely from his veins, and it's really cool. Also, Amands graphics does indeed work, just like I showed before. You can see that all of the settings are still intact. It's great to have it back. It's very helpful, works well with all the mods, basically. And even with Reshape. As I was talking about with, MeowShader just before. Oh boy. What's this guy gonna do? Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my god! What are you doing, man? Listen guys, that was really messed up, and I don't know, I'm feeling all shot up about it and stuff like that, so I think I'm gonna have to go take a minute to recover, but I want to thank you for watching this episode of the SPT Show. I hope that you'll enjoy my new format. I'm going to continually work and develop it. I've got some very, very helpful people in my Discord server that are sort of helping me to quality control the things that I'm working on now that I'm doing so much, and I have an audience that continues to grow. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing. If there's more content that you want to see, please leave me a comment and tell me all about it. If there's something that you want to see specifically in an episode of the SPT Show, let me know and leave a comment about that. Please join my Discord server so you can talk to me and interface with things about SPT in general. And I want to say thank you very much to all of you SPT developers, mod and game alike. It's so much fun to play this, and I'm enjoying it so very much, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to a whole lot of people. I talk to them all the time on Discord. I get great comments about it all the time, and we are just so thankful. Please keep up the hard work. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to help. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time.